All right, coaches, let's talk about formations. I was going to again share with you what I do and what I've used the last couple of years. So here we go. This is all under center stuff. Basic formation is called red and blue. Red means our tight end and our strength is to the right. Blue is the same formation to the left. Alignment, right, center, you have two guards. Before you even get started, you want to make sure they're lined properly. What I've had the kids do is they have the kids put their arms out, the center, and the guards, tight ends. Their arms is out, fingertip to fingertip. And they hold that until our quarterback says down. When he says down, I have all those kids smack down their hands on the thigh boards to get in a good stance. And then he pauses for a second, make sure everybody's set, and then he starts the cadence. Ready, ready, set, hit. So it's down, ready, ready, set, hit. I feel like it's just a good way to have some discipline to start each play and not being sloppy. It's something you got to coach in practice if you like to do that. I found it to be beneficial. So we have about 3 feet apart for all those guys. Our tight end right here, we call that a Y. I call him a wide receiver instead of a tight end. I think it sounds a little better with kids. We have our X receiver. These are going to be a little bit bigger kids. They're going to throw flags to, more deep balls. Big, tall kids can go jump up, get the ball, and can double team and block. Our X receivers are more the quick, smaller type receiver. They're kids who can run a little out route, short to medium routes, maybe break a tackle, or can do jet sweeps. So that's kind of how I do that. And a tailback is a kid who can run downhill, not scared, could just run that zone dive. And really the best thing is have a kid who can read this and athleticism to bounce outside of the zone. All right, so a couple other things we can do. We have some tags. We could say red flop. Red flop is our X and Y will flop. The X will be on the line of scrimmage. And the Y will be more like an H-back right here. So we call that red flop. The reason we do that is sometimes in our rules, a tight end, they can bring a linebacker or corner and you could be right here. So if that's causing you problems, you can run red flop. If he's in the backfield, now that same kid, let's say he's the same linebacker, now he's got to be 4 yards off. If they're not doing that, I just think this gives you better angles. You can get a better double team than being back here, and you can get out on that flag route faster, go over the top. All right, next would be wing. Okay, red wing is going to have our X line up in a wing. So I keep things simple. I just have him directly behind the tight end. There might be certain plays where he cheats out. There's a true wing out here. But I just like to have him directly behind the tight end. Get a little stacked look. It makes things a little more difficult for their defense. And then we could say red slot. Again, the X, he would line up in the same position over here. That's why I have him line up behind the tight end over here. If there was a tight end, it'd be the same position. Okay? And then we could also run red tank. Tank means is for a tailback. He's going to line up for over here. You can't be trips. You can't have a third player behind the guard. So we call a tank, and a tailback lines up here. He's not much deeper than the quarterback. And you can just get 3 receive, you can get him out in the flat. You can have him lead block for our beast play, our quarterback sweep play. So there's some different things you can do there. Also, I tell the kids slot. The O means opposite. So the O in slot means the X goes to the opposite of the strength. So in red, you'd be on the left. Okay? Red and blue. And then another kind of wrinkle off of red and blue I call spread. Spread rhymes with red. So it's basically the same thing as red, except the X is spread out to the right, and our Y. Our Y is spread out to the right on the line of scrimmage. Right? He always goes with the strength of R, and spread is like red. So he's to the right, and our X receiver be off the line over on the left. So we can run hitches or slants or fades or something like that. The quarterback can just pick his best matchup. So it's something we could do. I'm going to play with that this year. And another base formation I call green and gold. And all we're going to change is now the tailback is going to line up on the weak side in the slot. So I drew up gold here to the left. The strength is to the left. Green would be the opposite. So we have our Y in the same spot. X is the same spot, and green and gold just moves the T over to the weak side slot, so you can run kind of your jet sweep series kind of stuff. We could also call green or gold flop, where these guys would flop with red and blue, or we can go red wing. I'm sorry, this would be gold wing or green wing. I like this play when we do jet. You know, that popcorn play where it's a double handoff, and some other things there. So one more we have, a special one is called orange. R, right, as the strength is to the right. Our Y and X, really just like would be green, all right, except then orange, the tailback is gonna line up on the weak side, just like he does in green and gold, but now he's gonna line up as a flanker, okay? So you can run like vertical, like a post wheel, kind of thing like that. That's pretty much it. Keep it simple. Again, if you use the same kind of lingo year in and year out, kids pick it up really quick. Red, blue, getter tags, spread, green, gold, orange.